The train lurched forward with a tired groan, metal screaming against metal, and in that crowded carriage a single decision quietly rewrote a man's destiny. He was standing with aching legs and a heavier heart, fingers wrapped around a cold steel pole, when he noticed the woman struggling to keep her balance. In that small, ordinary moment, surrounded by strangers who refused to see one another, a single dad chose kindness over comfort, unaware that the world was about to watch him back. Before this story unfolds any further, take a second to pause. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and unseen miracles, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel's Soul Tale. Stories like this exist because people like you still believe goodness matters. He was a single father named Adam, though nobody on that train knew his name or his story. To them, he was just another exhausted man in a worn jacket, eyes shadowed by nights without sleep. His life had become a careful balancing act since his wife passed away 2 years earlier, leaving him with a 6-year-old son and a mountain of responsibilities that never seemed to shrink. Every morning began before sunrise, packing lunches, tying shoelaces, and whispering promises he hoped he could keep. Every evening ended with calculations, unpaid bills spread across the table, and the quiet fear that love alone might not be enough to protect his child from the harshness of the world. That day had already tested him. His son had cried when Adam left him at school, clinging to his leg like he sensed the uncertainty that followed them everywhere. Adam had missed his bus, walked 3 blocks in the rain, and boarded the train just in time, heart racing, mind already running through everything that could go wrong. The seat he found felt like a rare blessing, a small mercy in a life that had grown heavy. But when the woman stepped in, pale and visibly overwhelmed, something inside him shifted. He stood without hesitation. It was not heroism or a desire to be noticed. It was simply the reflex of a man who had learned that compassion often costs something, and that cost was worth paying. He watched her sink into the seat, relief washing over her face, and for a brief second, the noise of the train faded. Adam returned to standing, his knees protesting, his back stiff, but his heart strangely lighter. He did not know why, but doing the right thing reminded him of who he used to be before grief narrowed his world. The train continued, faces came and went, and Adam stared at the reflection in the window, barely recognizing himself. That was when he felt eyes on him. Across the carriage stood an older man, sharply dressed, calm in a way that suggested he belonged anywhere he chose to stand. There was nothing flashy about him, yet he carried a presence that quietly commanded attention. He watched Adam with interest, not curiosity, but something deeper, as if measuring the weight of his character rather than the look of his clothes. Adam felt self-conscious, assuming perhaps he looked pitiful or out of place. He shifted his grip on the pole and looked away. He had grown used to being invisible, to passing through the world without leaving a mark. He did not know that the man watching him had built an empire from nothing, had lost and regained fortunes, and had learned one truth above all others: character reveals itself in moments when no reward is promised. When the train slowed and doors opened, the woman stepped off, steadier now, blending back into the crowd. Adam prepared to do the same at the next stop, thinking only of picking up his son and making it through another day. But before he could move, the older man stepped closer. There were no dramatic gestures, no raised voices, just a quiet interruption in the rush of commuters. Adam listened, confused at first, then stunned as the man spoke about seeing him give up his seat, about recognizing something rare in a world hardened by indifference. The conversation that followed changed everything, though Adam would only realize it later. The man was a billionaire, a self-made one, who had spent years searching for people he could trust, people whose values were not for sale. He asked Adam about his life, his work, his struggles, and Adam answered honestly, without embellishment or self-pity. There was no begging, no performance, just truth spoken by a tired father who had nothing left to pretend. They parted ways with an exchange of contact information that Adam assumed would lead nowhere. Life had taught him not to expect miracles. Yet within days, a call came. Then a meeting. Then an offer that felt unreal. The billionaire did not hand Adam money or charity. Instead, he offered him an opportunity, a role in a company that valued integrity as much as intelligence, stability over greed. It was a chance to rebuild, not just survive. Months passed, and Adam's life slowly transformed. He moved from constant fear to cautious hope, from barely getting by to planning a future. His son noticed first, the lighter steps, the smiles that lasted longer. Their small apartment filled with laughter again, with dreams spoken out loud. Adam worked hard, not to impress, but to honor the faith placed in him. And in doing so, he discovered something profound: kindness given freely has a way of returning multiplied. If this story is touching your heart right now, if you feel that quiet ache of hope mixed with emotion, please take a moment to like this video and share it. Your engagement helps stories like this reach souls who need reminding that goodness still matters. Adam never forgot that train ride. He never forgot how close he had been to breaking, how one simple act done without expectation became the turning point of his life. He taught his son that real strength is choosing empathy when no one is watching, that dignity is found in how you treat others, not in what you own. And somewhere deep inside, he carried gratitude for a stranger who noticed his humanity and decided to honor it. Before this story ends, we have a special request for you. Please comment the word kindness below if you believe one small good deed can change a life. The world often tells us that only big moves matter, that power and success belong to the loud and ruthless. But sometimes, fate shifts quietly on a crowded train, in the space between standing and sitting, when a single dad chooses compassion over comfort. And sometimes, that is enough to change everything.